So, welcome back to the adventures of Oceania and our friends in this big, huge Morrowind world. And I think last stream we just finished quest from the all volatile based mode, finding the fabled artifact King Hargroom's coffer, which is giving us, I think, once a week, a lot of these very peculiar coins that we can keep in our collection or just try and sell for some money. And as new things, I'm still refining my new mods, which is trying to improve the journal a little. Basically what I'm trying to do is trying to add meaningful prefixes to the quest and then have the quest sorted by prefix, so it's easier to find from what mod your quests are coming. And also you have this shortcut, and when you hover on the quest name you can see from what mods they are coming, and if you press the Alt key you can also see the information which is written in your mod info field, which has quite a bit of space that you can use to store and to write, for instance from mesh interface, easily some useful information. I used to write there some information about how to start a mod, if I change it, a link, direct link to the mod download and the recommended settings for MLOX ordering. And so I can see on the fly this information. And last but not least, in theory, hopefully I got now working. When I press also the control key, so Control Alt and over, I can directly open the web page about the mod information.
This week's Dungeons Mod of the Week is Darknight's Crater to Ruins by Darknight.
If it is written in the mod info field, but that is something very easy to do. We can see an example of it. Let me show you. Okay, so I can just, for instance, get the mod in the usual mesh window and change the information here in this field. Or I can use the construction set or any other Morrowind editors, but this is probably the simpler way because mesh is what you are suggested to use as your standard Morrowind mod management tool. And so this is where I put this information, but it may be very useful to access it directly from your quest list this way if you want information about a mod. But these are standard Morrowind quests, so they are no information. This one has been changed by this mod, so I can see the information, and in theory I should be able also to open the web page directly. Let's see. Yeah, as you can see, it's something nice to have, and it is starting to work as as intended. So I hope to be able to release it in a short time. And then I also fixed one thing from another mod of mine. This one. The loading doors. Now the synchronization should work correctly also if you open a door using the door proper key, if the door has a linked key to open it. So also this one has been updated. But anyway, what I want to do now is try and after finishing the hard volatile mod, which I really suggest you give it a try, especially if you still have to completely clear the Ashal Marvia Daedric ruin nearby. If you still have to do that quest, then it's the right moment to play the mod, because this way the first mod part will play probably better. But anyway, it's a good mod to play. And also you get that nice unique Daedric artifact in the end. And the next mod which I'd like to play is another mod released in the latest Morrowind modding madness. And it's called a long name which I can't remember. Let's look for it. Carelessly Crazy Caldera Community. And it's adding a new shop, a lot of quests to Caldera. So let's go there and see what happens. I'm currently in the Eborn Art Agonia mission. So I want to reach Caldera from here. And I could do a lot of things. Oh, and I want also to tell you about the latest strange crash that it was not really a crash. Something like a looping blocking completely my game, and it was happening while entering not here but the Legion. Not sure about it. Yeah, the Legion garrison. Here. So entering here, I was just freezing, not crashing but freezing. And after a while, I found this really strange conflict. Basically, what was happening is I have a mod, the standard Bethesda mod, adding a new cuirass to the smith here. I don't remember his name, but we are going just there.
Your bidding, knight?
Cyrolus Saxus. Yeah, to this
Are you in need of
smith,
my services?
which is adding several new weapons and armors that you can make, but mostly a new set of a special golden armor. And like most vanilla NPCs, he had uh, the habit to wear that armor, so it was not only strange to see him clad in that golden armor, but also you could not buy it anymore. So what I did or find already done in that plugin or in a patch for it was to add a script to remove the armor every now and then if he was wearing it, and that worked more or less. But then I had the idea to make the armors not disappearing, so I put a script in the crate containing the armors, which was not really the script, but I changed the armor crate content to use negative numbers for that armor. That means that they are replacing with new ones when there are no more inside the crate. And that was looping with my script, which was removing the armor from him, but then the crate was empty and it was automatically replenished because there was that -1 as number of armors to be in the crate. And so it was looping and it was blocking completely my game. So just to say that even after a lot of years you never cease to find new way to crash and conflict. So I learned more about this game trying to make my loading list mods compatible each other than
Your bidding night?
what I learned just doing mods in all this year. And this was one of the more strange things that happened. A very strange kind of conflict and error. Anyway, I wanted to tell you this mostly if you managed to. Oh, and also this I tried to fix these things, but probably it didn't work as expected. I was having a problem with the distant land. That is, as this sort of beacon was originally placed, so it was bleeding inside the tower. In the distant land I was not seeing it correctly. I was seeing the beacon inside and the tower was a little transparent when it shouldn't be. So I thought to simply put the beacon higher, but as you can see it doesn't work well with gaming progress, so I must find another way. Probably I will just try and change the transparency of that thing so it works better with the distant land setup. Anyway, this will be for next time I regenerate my distant land. But in case you have a similar problem, that's not the right way to solve it. Okay, so let's try and find a way to reach Caldera from here. So I think the direct transport is
Your
from
bidding night?
the Mages Guild. So we could go to Vivek, Mages Guild. Or we could our teleportation hubs, like the Syrian Tower. I don't know.
Three
maybe
blessings to you, Edwin.
just let me see. I could take a gondola and go to the foreign quarter, for instance.
Knight.
Care to see the sights? Where can I take you?
I don't remember if we can. Oh, we can go to the temple district or the Lalu compound. I think from the temple there's... or from the Lalu, maybe. Oh, let's go there and see. I don't remember really. But this is a very scenic way to reach that canton. Oh, I'm also, I think, okay with the changes to the weapon sheeting mod, so I can add some parrying blades like this one from the Nikos mod, Nikos weapons mod resources, and use them so they are displayed like a shield in a different node from the mod. I think that's a nice thing to have. And actually I'm using a couple mods having this kind of parry weapons. One is this one, using the Nikos weapons. And one is a mod by Jacobi, I think, that is adding a spell so you can switch your standard Morrowind weapons to the other hand, and you have them as parry weapon this way. So it is compatible with these two mods. And in theory, which every mod's calling these meshes with offhand suffix, I think. But anyway, it is something still I'm working with.
May you find all that you seek.
But it's a nice feature that I think the original mod could add. So here we are, Lalu, Canton, want to reach the foreign quarters. that distant Telvanni, sorry, not Telvanni, but Dreamer Tower with that beacon is really something I must fix.
There is someone watching me, I can tell. There is someone watching me, I can tell.
Oh, how beautiful. Want to take a screenshot. Okay, so we should be not far from our final destination, which is the foreign canton. And this small port, internal port, there are new bots from other mods, but I did not add it as a destination to my transport mods, mostly because there was no way to make some bot pass under the existing bridges without changing the landscape, so I prefer to avoid doing that for compatibility reasons and just skipping that as a scenic traveling destination. And here we are. So we must go more, way more upper. first time I see this nice graffiti mod here in main plaza. And this is our Mages Guild with the beautiful window. And I think... Oh, I could use this room, I think, and go to the secure chamber in my Serene Tower, Galvani residence, but we just use the standard guild guide. I think she is the one. And we can travel to the Caldera Guild of Mages.
Knight of the Imperial Dragon, how may I serve you?
And so here we are,
That was the
ready to
strangest book
start
I've ever read.
our
Dad would help me with that if I
new
asked him.
quests added from new Caldera mod. And as we are here, let's talk with our false mirror. I think I have still a couple of propylons to finish for his propylons quest expanded by mana user.
It is a pleasure, Outlander. Do you require my
My
services?
spells are the best you'll find in town. So
She has
let's make a
some
deal.
transparency problem with this hairs. Let's take a note. Oh, and let me check if I have started the chat window correctly. Yeah. Hello, Goodman. Sorry, I just seen the messages. Do you know any good NPC mods? Well, my preferred, generally speaking, NPC mods is a tweaked version of an MCA Morrowind Comes Alive version 7 dot something 6, I think, that I personally tweaked to my tastes, improving mostly the companion scripting. And so that's what I'm using to add a lot of NPCs to my Morrowind World. Alternatively, I think a good one is the Starfire version, which is in practice using less NPCs with more or less similar scripting from MCA, but with standard clothes and armors, and less things spawn, so it should be easier on your frame rate and also be less different from standard NPCs. It has just one little problem, that is a sort of small bug in one of the new effects, which is having some mages teleporting away, because there is a set delete command used without checking, waiting enough time for the NPCs to finish playing the magic effects, sounds, and things like this, and this oftentimes can cause some crashing. I did a patch for this script. It is around if you look for it, so probably if you use that patched version you can play safely the mod. So in short, if you prefer something with less NPCs, a little better for frame rate, and with some clothes and armors more standard, you could use the Starfire mod. If you like MCA, the all new companions especially, well, I suggest to use MCA, but these are probably the two best mods, adding a lot of new NPCs available so far. There are other mods, but these are the two adding most NPCs. And also other mods like let me check the name because I don't remember it. As a mod adding new NPCs. The more you go with the main quest, the more you see people around, the temples, preoccupied by the coming of the 6,000 and things like this. I don't remember the name. Something related to the main quest name. Main quest events or something like this, I think. And that also is adding new NPCs, but they are not as values as the MCA mod or Starfire mod. Anyway, we are here, so let's go out and see if we can stumble on these new quests. So, if I recall correctly, I entered in one shop last time to see the news. Maybe it was Falanamo? Falanimo? I don't know how to say it. Oh yes, the clothier here. And I think it should be one. Oh yes. So I think that the mod is adding this new topic about helping Falanimo, being an assistant in a similar way to what, for instance, the Latin American NPCs mod is doing with Mebestian ants in Pelagiad. So let's see. Yes, I'm willing to give a job for a hard-working
Falanamo
assistant.
hired me as his assistant at the shop. My first task is to pick up a shipment of exquisite clothes from the East Empire Company at Ebonheart. The East Empire Company trader, Shazgob Graluzgan, should be able to assist me there.
So we have a new quest. We must go back to Ebonheart and get some clothes for him. And it's something ironic that usually you get always a quest to go back to the place where you have just been. Anyway, Shell is asking about the mod which I'm using to the off and the parry weapon, and it is a tweak to the standard weapon sheeting mod by Greatness 7 that I just finished testing. So in practice what I did is tweak the skeleton, adding a node so I can use those offhand weapons that are really shields and put them instead of a shield, but it's not released yet. Maybe I could just release it as a patch, but I'm not sure, because in practice I have tweaked the node points to be sweet for my character, which is a Breton female, so I'm not sure Breton female is using the better bodies mods, so not sure it will work correctly with different kind of bodies. Anyway, I think I will release it if someone else wants to do something similar. It's not really difficult. You just add the node you want to use and then tweak the scripts to recognize the different kind of weapons or shit, but 90% of the hard work with the script is already done. So, well, the weapon model is a porting of very famous models used in Oblivion and Skyrim. I think the modder did it. It's called Nico Liatan. They are called Nikos mods weapons usually, and someone, I don't remember the model, who ported it to Morrowind recently, so I just took the mod, added a couple of weapon as shields and used that. But I think you can find them on Nexus. Yes, it is one of my preferred weapon mods. I used them in Skyrim also, and I've used them in Oblivion at the time. They are very nice. Anyway, now we have our first quest. Go back to Iberon. So let's see. There is more. Let's see here. And I don't think he has new quests. At least not from the new mod. I will sell the helmet so I can unequip it. Let's see how it works. Oh, already closed. What time is it? Oh, 7 PM they close the shops. Let's see if I can enter. Oh, and one thing I love about this mod setting here in Caldera is that new shop has been positioned in a very clever spot, which is compatible with all the mods I'm using for Caldera. So, a very clever move. This one is open. Maybe there's too much light here, but it is a candle shop So we have a lot of canals, and well, it's pretty normal that there's a lot of light compared to standard shops. So, Saint-Igle bars should be giving us new quests, hopefully. It's not very gentle. I was expecting some new quests from him. Or maybe I already started them. Not sure about it. Oh, as you can see, my mod is giving a prefix to this mod, so it's easier to find the quest. We have this quest already by Shank. You must find a bottle of vintage brandy, and in theory we should have another. Maybe they are not sorted correctly. I'm still experimenting with this. Only this one. Oh, now I understand why. So I have currently set the mod, which I'm testing, to add the prefix only if there is not some prefix in the quest name already. So in this case we have the original prefix, which is Fallen Ammo's assistant, but the mod is the same, as you can see from the hint. And so this is another quest from the same mod. And so we have a couple of quests already. But I think there are no more quests from that mod. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Oh, and this is new. Look at this.
Yes, stranger?
The candles. I think all the new meshes has been done by Rubberman. He's really a mesh machine.
How do you do, Breton?
This job is the worst I've ever had. Santi barely pays me anything and I do all the work. I make all the candles outside here, while he chats with the customers inside. And worst of all, he makes me listen to his bad poetry, and from time to time tries to convince me go to his room so that he could pour hot wax to my naked body. Oh, this is really, really something unexpected. Perverted old man. I cannot wait to collect enough money to quit. By the way, if you want to earn some gold, you can always bring me some Drew wax for candle making. That's right, we need Drew wax. Okay, so we can help her.
A worker of the Caldera Candle Company informed me that they would buy any sample of droop wax from me, which is needed for candle making. They pay me 50 gold for each sample on the spot. I can bring them as many as I want, and as frequently as I want.
Okay, so this is our standard, something used by many mods. You can bring some ingredients, some NPC, which is giving you the standard price without bartering, and that could be useful if your speechcraft is not so good.
3 blessings, friend.
But look at this, it is a very, very convincing. Oh yeah, also the cauldron with the box here. It's a great work by Rubberman.
3 blessings, friend.
All these new meshes. And we have this little new quest if you want to actually sell some of our Drew wax. Oh, it could be convenient. I'm also trying a new mod which is
This is
making
truly an honor.
vendors much harder to barter with, so would be interesting. Oh, let me check this thing. There's a message.
Now, and I might let you live.
Shank shower. If you need to ask why, then you obviously never dined there. We gathered the best. Oh, not this. Oh crap. This thing has followed us from the outside of the city, but luckily the guards are guarding. That's from... Let me check.
Your bidding
A
night?
stone golem, I think
Your
that's
bidding
something
night?
made by Maker Dark. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's from some other modder. I don't think I can tell you. Let me try, but probably it is something from level of list, so you cannot really know from which mod is coming. I have a feeling it's from some creatures added by Neoptolemus, but not sure. And here we are in the Shank Shovel. So we have already a quest for him, I think, about finding some booze. Okay, so and we have a couple hints. Talk with this Langa and rumors about an orc running from the guards. And these are the usual topics from necessities of Morrowind. So let's look for this Langa. So for instance, I think she is from the MCA mod. It is easy to understand because you click on the console and you see prefix here, MCA, so she's coming from MCA mod. And she has a name because I tweaked the mod, so I can generate every now and then all new names for the MCA NPCs. And we have a very nice mod adding this notices, the taverns and so on, done by I don't remember the name of the mod, but the mod is called Broadsheets and Notice mods. And
This is a grand day. Greetings.
Manga. Talk about arrange a delivery. Artist. Service.
What makes this smell?
Maybe I have some topic about it. I don't remember really. Not really sure it is coming from the same mod. No, it is coming from the mannequins for sale. Oh, it's completely another mod. So it's a mod adding mannequins. Probably
you bring good fortune with you.
the most advanced mannequins available by mono user. There's a shop here in Caldera selling them, but not a mod requests. This is closed. So I think we are. Oh, and this is another NPC, but mostly related with Caldera Ebony Mines. There's a quest to free her friend, his friend Alina. Probably there's no more things to do here, but let's talk about it. Generic topics. And I think it's
Greetings. It would be a pleasure to
the
train you.
Morrowind crafting mod. Not sure. Maybe not. Just not really telling us anything of use. Oh, candle here seems interesting. new houses, but nothing related. This is from the Seekers mod. And I think we already did most of the quests. This is an old mod, so maybe the journal is not really perfect. We already did it. Let me check one thing. I want to show you a useful thing. I hope it will not crash the game, so let's try it. With crossing fingers, I will use the TPG command, which means toggle path grid. So if we have a path grid here, it should be visible and there is nothing. That's the reason why the NPC is staring at the wall. He has no hints about where to look, where to go, so it defaults usually looking at the wall. I'm not sure if this behavior is related in some way to the north pointer, but I think it would be always nice to have it anyway when in doubt. So two things missing probably here. First one is a couple of path grid points to tell the NPC where to go and especially where to look when they are doing nothing, and probably the north marker, but maybe that one is present but not visible, not sure. But path grid is not here, because this command would display it. So let's toggle it again, and this is the way you can check for interiors when you see NPCs staring at the walls. Oftentimes it's also because the path grid is missing. This is closed.
Your bidding, knight?
Okay, so I have a couple quests to do. Let's try and talk with the gods about that orc.
Your bidding, knight.
Nothing new. Okay, so we must go to Ibonard and get some bottle of vintage brandy for Shank. And I think I have some of them, maybe in some of my houses, or maybe in my bags. Let's check. And I just love these filters added by the UI mod where you can just start writing things and immediately verify if you have something or not. And I have no brandy here, but maybe I have some bottle. Oh, this is the King Ognum coffer we just got in our last mod testing, and I could check this potion case. No vintage brandy, so I think I have some in one of my houses. So we are in the evening. I think we could try and go to Ibonart. And get those oh, how nice. I just love this thing, especially at night.
You're bidding that.
Look at this. Forms is always there. Okay. I have to knock because it's late, so this is from one of the Antares mods. It is called Knock Knock.
I could kill that ghoul.
So, if you are a member of the guild, you can knock knock and they let you enter, I think. I don't remember if it was enabled for every guild, but maybe I tweaked it. But the idea is nice. If you are a member, you can knock knock, and even if there are some mods
Warm greetings, Outlander. Care to
closing the
peruse my
door,
spells?
they open and let you enter. Okay, so let's go to Imonart. I think I can reach Imonart from... oh, not from here. That's pretty cool. Oh, but we can get the bottle. The bottle from the Serene Tower. Okay, so let's look for a bottle of vintage brandy. maybe they are not so common. Here it is, a nice bottle of vintage brandy, a finally aged specimen of the local Cornbury brandy. We have one, I hope it's enough. And a couple more. I'd like to keep at least one because you never know when some other quest is asking you a bottle of vintage. Uh-oh, we have a warning. First time I get it. So this is a very nice mod from Night Cascade, which is giving you advice when you are near to the max memory limit. I think I have still room because I have lowered the limit and the message is showing, but in any case it is much better to save now that we can. And probably, let's see. Can I use a spell? I want to see if I'm able to use that pad, which was giving me problems for some reason. It's not working as a necessities of Morrowind. Pad. Let's see. That message is really something. And it's not working for some reason. This bad is not good. So what can we do is... Well, I think I'd better just restart the game because this message is not something. Oh, maybe we could just try reloading and see if this thing is freeing the memory out of curiosity. Not sure about it, but let's try it. I think it's safer to just go out of the game and restart when you see that you are using a lot of memory, but I don't want to do this if possible because it's faster to reload. Let's see. It is not something happening often. So I try to reload and see if this is freeing some memory, so the message is no more displayed. And the bed is not working. Okay, it's a mystery. I cannot really think about a reason why it's not working, as other similar beds are working with the same exact script and modes, so something is really strange. And probably I did move the bed some time ago, or the or the cushion here, the pillow. I want to show this very nice mod called never remember the name of the mods. Too many mods. Perfect Placement by Hamchand, mythical Hamchand, and this is the state-of-the-art positioning mod for Morrowind. And we can grab things and precisely move them around, using by default the G key, the grab key. So we want to do that thing with this pillow. Instead of grabbing the usual way, we want to use this mod. So I will press the G key, and as you can see, I can move this thing around. There's a shadow which is showing you where the drop point is, and so we can move easily things around. You press again the G key and you release thing. There are options to rotate by step. Even there are options to place things vertically, automatically on the walls, and this is really a unique thing. So you can, with a little practice, you should be able to place also your weapons and your shields on the walls, and this is really great. But for now, let's do something like find a bed and spend the night. I could use the Cascadian Isle. Cascadian Rose Cottage, which is a very nice house by Karana. Let's check. And I could do some feather potion. Do I have? I have some ruby, which are precious, but I need more ingredients, so next time. Oh, I always forget to buy some clothes at Caldera for these children that Shari adopted, because they are.
What do you want?
Still using underwear.
Yeah,
completely. But I always forget that they could use some new dresses. Yeah, let's spend the night here. Look at this. This is one of the very neat effect that I've seen first time in a mod called Witch's House or something like this. I have stolen the idea and made this Sodom mirror for this Piranha's mod. Anyway, we're here to spend the night. What time is it? 9 p.m. Can we eat something? No need. I'm not sure it's a good thing to sleep because we are not tired already. But let's try it. So let's see if we crash again this mod. Trying to sleep. Changing our clothes. Okay, it seems to work. I added a delay in between changing clothes and gear to the Merlord mod, I think, because it was crashing every now and then. And this is one of the things that is terribly harder to do with MW SE Lua version of scripting compared to standard Morrowind timers. Because if you have to insert a small delay between putting on a single weapon or gloves, or it is much easier to do it with standard scripting, at least for me, maybe because I'm used to it, but I think there's no easy way to do it yet in Lua, because it is a loop, everything together thing, and so sometimes it is not what you want to do. Anyway, this bed is working, so let's try and sleep. I'd say 9 hours. Oh, you have ascended to level 47, 57. Sorry for my English, I'm particularly bad with English numbers pronunciation. The results of hard work and dedication always look like luck saps. So, I think we can increase our willpower because it's a nice multiplier, and our luck. And my English is fine, sir. Thank you very much. At least it has a nice Italian accent. And maybe strength, because Xiaoyu is always looking for feather potions. Okay. So in the morning we can press our magic button and put on our adventuring gear. So this mod is one of the best things that MWSI Lua mods are giving us. It is called I never remember. It is called Quick Loadouts, and you can select an hotkey, and with that hotkey you can put on or put off your preferred suite of armors and clothes, and you have 7 or 8 slots available, so it's very nice. Anyway, let's get our usual feather potion. And as we are here, I will show you also another mirror and this great bathtub, which is giving us some perfume. Not working very well with Shiayu because she's a Breton Atronach sign, so oftentimes she just reflects even good magic effects. But you know, pros and cons of being this kind of sign and race. We should be nearby Caldera. Oh, look at how nice. And we must go to Ibonat. I don't know. I like to do some scenic traveling, but it is just faster to go to our hub. The stars of Wisdom below decks. And from here we have plenty of teleportation doors. This one is going to the Ibonat lighthouse. And from here we can walk. Oh, over there you can see old Ibonat profile. And yes, Shiayu athletics is very high probably. Don't do that kind of jumps when you start the game, especially if you have your game settings set to make jumping harder or more damaging. Not sure about it. So we should be not far from the port. Yeah. That tower is really towering in the horizon. So I must remember to regenerate my distant lamp and fix that thing.
Your bidding, knight?
Okay, so where do we have to go? From the East Empire Company, we must talk with this orc called Shetgob Gra. Let's go. If I recall correctly, Gra means she's a lady. And grow means she's male.
Go ahead. I'm all
Oh, he is male. In this case, she should be a female orc. Unless the name is not lore correct.
A sincere welcome to you.
and I are
May
about to
you be
become.
forever.
I think there's something wrong here because he's definitely a male orc. I'm a Morrowind standard orc. I don't know. I think he should be called Shadgob Gromol Lasgan, but not 100% sure about it. Anyway, Let's talk about our assistant job.
I picked up the shipment of exquisite clothes from Shazgob Graluzgan.
So, I think we are done here. Do we have new things to talk about? Not really. So now we should go back to Caldera. Excuse me, Outlander, but would you happen to have a spare gold piece? And we can choose about number 1. Sure, here you go. No, I wouldn't. Get away from me. Foul beggar. She is a chaotic good, so she usually gives money. I want to show you this nice feature added by this tweaked UI component, adding shortkeys starting with the number, so I can just press my one key and it should work the same as using the mouse to click over the answer. And this may be useful if you have many options or just like to use the keyboard. So for now, let's teleport back to our Serene Tower, and I tweaked the. This is a nice idea I had. You know, there is this mod which is called Serene Tower. I think, but you have a quest to get as final reward this great Albani style tower in Talbernora, near to the
If you wish to talk, it is really
Mrs.
no
Drata
trouble
tower, and this tower has a teleportation hub and also many rooms. So what I did is tweak the teleportation amulet to the tower. So first it is enchanted, so I can choose it just clicking here in the enchanted items list and activate it just clicking here. And second, I added this an option to the script, so if I am sneaking, I teleport to the teleportation hub. If I am not sneaking, I teleport in one of the rooms where I have most of my loot. So this amulet is really useful. I can search for amulet name, Serene something. So here it is. I have named it this way, and I can click, and as you can see, without having to actually use it on my paper doll, it get sort of equipped and I teleported to my usual room place. If I want to teleport to the teleportation hub, in theory I should do the same this way while sneaking. Let's see, crossing fingers because sure I used it. Let's see. Yeah, it works. So this way the amulet is reporting me both the most useful place in my main Delvani residence. And we are now going back to Caldera. Hello, UN Enterprise. Well, this is one problem that every now and then happens, especially when you teleport using scripted teleport. Sometimes the game does not load completely some model part. As you can see, it's sort of transparent. Sometimes you can fix this using the fix me command, which is reloading the cell. But sometimes you have to just really reload a previous save to fix it, so it depends. But use the fix me command anyway as first option if you have something like that, because oftentimes it works and it's faster than reloading. Anyway, let's go back to Falanimo. We have the new clothes.
Why is that guard always staring at the girls?
Oh, I think the girls here are selling clothes for the Morrowind children's. Maybe we could buy something for the children. Assistant, thank you for helping me out. Now let me see that shipment.
Falanamo thanked me for delivering the shipment of clothes to him. His shop should offer these for sale now.
Following the completion of the next task, we may discuss your salary. Okay. And next task is the publican of the town, Shank, is annoying me for
Falanamo
weeks.
asked to deliver a pair of shoes to Shank, the publican of town.
Okay, this is too easy. I'm not sure about it, but let's do it.
Your bidding, knight? Your bidding, knight?
I think I could. Oh, I want to show you this mod because it's something that can be of use. There's a setting in the game that in theory should respawn creatures after several days by default, but reality is if you dispose of a corpse, this doesn't happen. The creature is respawned almost immediately. So sometimes you would like to remove some corpses from the streets and so on, but you think about having the creatures just respawning immediately and don't do it. There's a way you can do this thing. Oh, we have a question. A massive amount of mods here. A buyable houses mod that is grass compatible. I'm not really using this kind of mods. A mod having buyable several houses Uh, I am very fond about mods. Let me check this. By several mods. One is skill 8, but his house may be a little too cluttered for different tastes. So, okay, so I have sort of matched several house mods that I liked a lot. And I say okay, there's a very nice mod by JPB Cuddlefoot. I don't know if I can show you. Okay, let's see. Probably I can. Okay, so this is a list of things I have merged in a house mod that I use often. So this is a really nice and lore correct, I think, shipwreck house mod. It is by JPB and Cuddlefoot, the modder name, and it's called shipwreck. I think it's on the Nexus. Then we have these three mods, house mods by Jan Hauser, or also called Skill 8, also on the Nexus, but they may be a little overcluttered. It depends on your tastes, but they are very nice. This one is also very nice mod if you like Ashlander Team, the Blight World by Warwick. And I like also the Treehouse by Wally, but he's not really I think he's not really happy about it because it is one of his fast mod, but I like it because it's in Sidanin and it is an open view house with windows and it has some nice features. Then I like the Xen Arians Manor near Sidanin. I like the One Ninja mod because it's adding this nice to have when you're done the quest sort of teleportation network, and it's a mod by Cardboard Box. And a couple of houses, beautiful houses by Wolf Shaman, called one is a Strider house near Sadist Mora, I think, and one is the Alchemist house. And look for this model because I think I've seen only good house mods from him. And this is, if you like, sort of evil house mods. This is great. The Dedrick Tower by Model Sito. And this is another great mod, a cistern house mod in Vivek Sewers by B.H. Horton. I think they are brothers Horton, and you can find it on Nexus. So these are houses I really love, and this is what I can suggest at the moment. Okay, hopefully this is of use, and let's go. Okay, so I was talking about this little problem that you could have when trying to dispose of creature corpses. So how can you solve this thing? Or another case is when you kill several creatures and you have to get something under 2 or 3 of these creatures, and you cannot touch it because there's another creature hiding it. So how can you solve this problem without using the dispose of corpse and so having an immediate respawn of the creatures? You can disable instead of dispose, and you can do it on the console, just opening the console, clicking the thing and typing disable like this. Okay, but don't use set delete also, because this is the same thing as doing the disposal corpse, so we don't want to do it. So if I do disable, the thing is disappearing, and I can also make it appear again if needed doing enable. As you can see, or you can use a mod doing the same thing in a more less using console. I think I have a mod called Alt doing the same thing. So I use the sneak key and then press Alt key. In theory it should work, but it doesn't. Let's see. Okay, so a conflict, but it should work similar way. Anyway, for now I think I will just disable it. And enter Shank's shower. And the night leather shoes I ordered from Falanimo. Finally! My old shoes are quite worn.
Shank thanked me for delivering the pair of shoes to him. I should return to Falanamo now.
Oh, we have a bounty hunter topic. How's Alois concerned about some bandits? I think that's another mod heading
Shank,
Vassia.
the publican of Caldera, has informed me that some bandits are dangerously close to Caldera mine. They are operating from the cave of Cudanat, to the west of Caldera, near the road. House Lalo is afraid that they might get brave enough to attack a caravan transporting ebony one day, so they offer a generous reward for any bounty hunter who would take care of them.
And I think I already cleared that cave, so let's see what happens. Or maybe there are new bandits there. It could be. So that's another thing we could try. Anyway, we did.
I wonder if she heard you say that.
About giving him the new shoes.
Ah, you bring good
And I
fortune
think
with
we
you.
have also
Welcome.
that bottle of vintage brandy. What? I think it was for Shank. Let's see. And one thing that is really missing here is some search field. I think Nike Cascade was initially meaning to add this to the UI expansion mode, but ran out of time probably. But this could be really useful, have some search field to filter the quest even more, the quest list. Because also sorted they are still a lot, so finding the right quest, it is still time consuming. I've seen before the quest. It was one of the quests without graphics. We did this. As you can see, I have a great number of quests still going, and a bounty hunter from one of the mods. I imagine mods by author here, because I like most of the mods by Gavrilo, so I imagine them as soon as they are released. And the bounty hunter quest is from one of his mods. And I can't find what is the quest to give the vintage brandy to someone. That must be one. But apparently it is not in our journal here. Let's see, I can't find a topic like vintage brandy. Here it is. This is the standard quest, so not very useful. And I really don't remember. I was sure it was a quest here in Caldera, but Shank is probably the one that could ask. The topic is beverages, which is also a topic used by, for instance, by Necessities of Morrowind. So here it is. A bottle of vintage brandy. Thank you so much. Here, I'll pay you
Shank
the full
thanked
value.
me for brining him the bottle of vintage brandy. Soon, he should be able to reproduce it, and offer a few bottles for sale.
And we must have some journal entry somewhere, because as you can see, the journal has been updated, like here you just read. And there's a typo here, bringing instead of bringing. Nothing bad, but you know, when you find something like this, while playing the mod. You can do something very useful for the modders. You can enable your beta comment file. You just put a line in your Morrowind.ini file enabling beta comment, and then you write BC and a message like typo brimming instead of bringing. So you have all these lines in your beta comment file, and when you feel like you want to help the modders, you send them a message with several of these typos, and they can hopefully fix them in an easier way. Because typos are one of the kind of bugs, of glitches, of errors that are harder to find for people who write actually the text, because you have a hard time seeing what you yourself are writing wrong, while other people's eyes are much faster to notice this kind of typos. Anyway, we did the quest, and I'm curious about that journal entry. Why can it be something I see here? I'm sure that no prefix, but it is not this one. We have this one for the shoes, and it's not. Maybe it's a bug on how I try to sort and prefix things here. It is something that could happen very easily. Anyway, we did this quest, so we can also go back to Falanamo, whatever. The high health selling gloves. Where is this way?
Your bidding, knight?
Oh. We have no.
Pleasure is all
Your bidding, knight.
And we can also give money to. So this is an add-on which I did for the Archimais Antares mod, adding beggars. So you can now give alms for the poor like the Skyrim beggars, and
may each day
get some nice magic effect if you are not reflecting it, but you know, pros and cons of magic. Anyway, we are here to talk with
I wonder if all my friends will be there. I wonder if he will be there.
and I will try and move him a little. She's moving. Right. Thank you for delivering the shoes to Shank. Here's your... Wait a minute.
Falanamo thanked me for doing the errand for him. He told me that right now he doesn't have any further tasks for me, but he might allow me to invest into his shop in the future.
I don't know, but had a lot of people disliking how the quest for the less generic NPCs mode in Pelagiad, in the Mebestian Sands shop, where you have to be Mebestian's assistant, similarly to this mod. And so far the quests we had from him are not really much better than the one we tried in the old Pelagian mod. So let's see what happens. Oh, right now he doesn't have any further tasks, but he might allow more tasks in the future, so...
I could kill that ghoul. Those boots are ruined.
Well, let's see if we can actually buy some clothes for the children. Linda. Oh, and let's check another thing. Just as we are here, we will check for the path grids. As you can see, we have the path grid here, which is nice because this way NPCs can move, they usually don't stare at the walls and so on. But there's a big problem that may happen in case someone make some cluttering mod, adding things, and these things are added without taking a look at the path grid. In this case, the problem is not really something like this. It is just that we have three NPCs nearby, so they are colliding each other. But oftentimes you have cluttering mods which don't check the path grid, and so if you have a crate over one of these red points, chances are your NPCs are trying to use that path and they are not able, and this can tax your frame rate. So it is one thing you can check. Oh, this is close, but as you can see, there are path grid points correctly also on the second floor. And this command is useful, especially if you have mods adding scenic things to cities, cluttering, and especially near the ports, because there are often mods adding some kind of big machines in the port, and sometimes this can cause problems with path grids. So give it a try. If you don't crash with this command, it is useful, and as the rest of the toggle commands, you can just repeat it to disable, and so you can keep playing. And so we have no more quests from Palanimo. Let's see if we have more quests here.
Your bidding night?
not selling children. Children things, but I'm looking for ingredients. This is precious because it is good for feather potions. And also he could have new quests, but I see no new quests.
Your bidding, knight?
And this nice girl could be selling something? No. Oh my, that says you're a hero. So let's just try and buy
The nerve of that guy.
some clothes here. Lindelim, are you selling some children clothes? Hi, I am helping my father in the shop. I'm in charge of all children clothes, apart from some shirts and for small kids. Okay, so let's try. And you have plenty of clothes to choose. I have no idea here, but let's choose some card thing. Pants. Okay, so these are for the Morrowind children, but no more quests. So we could sell some Drew Vox to the Candle Lady, but really not something useful. Oh, I remember who is the author of this mod. Placing these hand builds all around, and also the town messages and journals in taverns. It's called Cliff Worm, I think. And you find the mod at the Nexus as usual. And I want to show you the difference between my Windows Glow mod expansion and the MWSE Lua mod by Melchior Dark. Difference is that my mod is adding some real lights every now and then to the window, so as you can see, you can actually see the light. We cannot see God rays because the weather outside is not sunny enough, but there are also God rays that with my mod are moving in real time depending on the sun height, and this is not something you can do on the Lua mod because the Lua mod has no scripts running a part 1 which is enabling or disabling the night version of the window or the day version. But I think it could add something like that in future version. I was looking for some hint about these orcs running from the gods, but I'm not telling anything about it. So let's see. Closed. Oh, we can enter here because this is the house of a member of the Blades, if I recall correctly. Yeah. So maybe she's able to tell us something. But nothing new, it seems. So we could just try and visit the castle. And this is probably from the Caldera mod about Caldera Mines mod. It's not going to discuss. Oh, look at this! Very nice. Very nice. From the High Art mod, a recent mod adding all this beautiful art to Morrowind. Hey Maurice.
Under sun and sky, Outlander, we greet you warmly.
No, nothing new. As you can see, this male orc is called Olumba Growbogler. Please collect the annual Alms for the Poor that the Imperial Guard expects from the most wealthy citizens.
Olumba Grossbogler asked me to collect alms for the poor from the merchants in town. The Imperial Cult expects a donation of 50 gold each from Irgala, Falanamo, Varric Gemain, and Hod Lismod.
So I don't know if this quest is coming from the, I will call it the CCCCC mod, or from some different mod, but probably, I don't know, not sure. It's very hard to understand from what mod is a dialogue coming, because it's not something you can really click in console if the NPCs is not a new one. But I was trying to see if we can visit some of the other rooms like this one. Usually there are NPCs around, but not really. So he's not going to attack with us.
I'm all ears.
And it could be because we already finished some other quests, and so he's not willing to talk with us for that reason. But I was hoping there were good quests to do off here, but not really.
Your bidding, knight?
Maybe we must talk to a special guard.
Your bidding, knight?
Probably not. Strange guard with a strange name, but no.
I could kill that Ghoul. Those boots are ruined.
And these are not. Oh, jobs for the Thieves Guild. A client wants us to steal a devil's cephalopod arm.
El Musa Damarai told me that a client wants us to acquire a devil cephalopod helm. Luckily, the trader in town, Varric Gemain, has one among his wares.
So I'm sure Xiaoyu has one at home, but
My mom says I was a real
we want to do the quest, so we will try and steal it from our vendor. Let's see if we have. Oh, we can ask him, Holmes. I gladly pay for such a worthy cause, but please tell Olumba to focus more on Talos in his sermons in the future. Alright? So, it's been easy with him.
Hod Lismod donated 50 gold to the Imperial Cult.
And this has been easy. Oh, and this is one thing I always do just for fun. It's a graveyard from the Barabus graveyards. try entering.
Your bidding night?
Closed, but we have the mage entry. Oh, and this house, I think there's a mod adding a secret thing here. Yeah.
Aren't you a sight? What can I do for you?
This is
well met.
This is MC from
This
MCA,
is a
but
wondrous encounter.
these
Welcome.
are members of the Dark Brotherhood, if I recall correctly, and the mod is to sell cities. And we are already members. I don't show often how many actions she is part of, but as you can see, we have collected many memberships during our quests, and one of these memberships is of these factions, which I don't really remember. Could be the Morak Dong, or could be Dark Brotherhood. I think it's the Dark Brotherhood. Morak Dong is a legal one. These are imported from Cyrodiil. And so we have a couple of members, and
You are
this one, but we have
You seem
especially
like very good company.
Mr. Lucien Lachance directly from the Oblivion game. And yes, the Dark Brotherhood, yeah, topics and so on. And the mod is from Emin, I think. We are already member. I don't remember how many quests I did for this mod. I think not many. But this is not something I did. Like the mod we are trying to play. So just showing you out of curiosity. Yeah, this secret
my greetings to you.
secret place here under Falanimo house. I don't remember if you get it after the standard quest. Is separated. So let's take a look here if we find some gods telling us about that orc, but it's rich here. And Every time you jump down and survive, your athletics is greatly improved.
Your bidding night.
Or more than your athletics, sorry, your acrobatics. But you cannot really do this early game if your game settings are set too hard. Oh, let's talk to this random. Hello. Oh, what a big hammer you have. He's not selling anything? How strange. Oh, I was talking with another NPCs for some reason. Okay, arms for the poor. And we got the money. Sure, I'll pay. The poor are going to spend most of that money in my shop anyway. Oh, that's right.
Varric Gemain donated 50 gold to the Imperial cult.
Oh. And I think this is new dialogue added from the mod about his story. Is coming from High Rock. Is selling lots of things. Oh, so buy some lollipops for children.
My fate is sealed with no card, trapped in a room with no walls. I'm going down.
But no. Oh, here it is. Devil Cephalopods Elm, but not sure it's the right one. Hello, Huskabar. And oh, it's the right one. We should steal it. Oh, what does a guard right in front of you?
Your bidding night?
So this is not so easy. And we could try different ways because Aryu is a very strong mage and could just use magic things. I'll just wait for the god. Take a stroll. And I think we could try telekinesis. Now if we are... Let's see. Okay, so we can really be far. So the guard is probably not a problem, but far very keys, so we must be hidden here. Let's try. We are sneaking already. Too far. Too far. We did it! Haha! And think we are done. I think he's not giving us quests. So the lady was here or not? Oh, the other oh, not here. Is no?
This is truly an honor.
Hidden door, I don't remember. Let's check the map, because Morrowind map is powerful mostly because you can enlarge it so you can see everything. And let's see, here she is. So is behind the armorer. The smith. And we got your helmet.
El Musa Damurai thanked me for acquiring the Devil Cephalopod helm for her.
I have another job for you. You could help in our operation of ebony smuggling. The client who ordered us to steal that helm
El Musa Damurai told me that the local Thieves Guild is paid by a mysterious Telvanni client to disrupt the operations at Calderum mine in any way possible. El Musa Damurai wants me to participate in that, and steal 4 pieces of raw ebony from the mine. After that, I should deliver that to Big Helland at Sadrith Mora, who oversees this operation.
And when you have this kind of quests, I'm always in doubt if the quest can be done using standard ingredients, standard ebony, or you have to steal that specific ebony. There's not really a big difference if you don't have the ebony, but if you have it already, it is. So let's assume we need to do this sport and we need to steal it from the mine. And this could be
welcome, friend.
A little hard.
I feel as though I should know you.
Not sure that the quest is coming from the mod we are trying to test, but being dialogue, I don't really know how to check it apart from testing in the construction set. For now, let's just do the quest. So we must reach our super scenic mines. How nice is this fog? And I must be one of the few people that just love how the grass is bending while you walk through. Oh, and over there we can see big gates of the Caldera mines. Oh. This parts a Nix Mastiff, another really dangerous thing added from the Morrowind Advanced mod. We talked about the white big rats, but also the Nix Mastiffs are really dangerous because they hit hard. Oh, no more? Radis. Luckily not attacking. And these are changes added from the Caldera Mines mod. Not sure I can actually open this without the guards being mad, so I can just do it. Oh, I can remove these dead NPCs because the quest is already done, but not sure about it. So let's see if I can something side here. Nice. I must sell something. Not sure if I'm hidden here, so better not to risk. Just super jump or levitate. Easier to levitate. Oh, we are using our cuirass on the Savior side, so we can use also the boots of lightning speed. Got there. I need my strength. And as you can see, the final result of doing the Caldera Mine quest, if you do the Talvani side is to have all this lava flooding the valley. But I think we should look for some chest containing the ebony. I think Xiaoyu is pretty strong for her level, because I was doing some experimenting with changing how many points are necessary to level up, trying to not level up much fast, because I have plenty of quests and things to visit. But maybe I did it slow it too much, because she was always leveling nearly with full points, so she's very she has very high stats even if she's not yet level 40, so she's very strong. Also she has a lot of magic gear, so yeah. And Nyx Mastiff is usually not a problem.
I'm very happy to make your acquaintance.
Okay, so these are mods interacting each other. So hopefully we will still be able to find this chest, I think.
A warm welcome to you.
It's ruined, it's all ruined. So this is coming from the Caldera mod. Probably we should be able to lock requires the actual key. And I should have a spell for this. Or I just knows. I see magic things, but I don't see keys. Or maybe they are overlapping. I will use the item as item is on, so I cannot move it without grabbing.
A warm welcome to you.
And I think we will need plenty of chameleon to be able to steal this thing, if they are in possession of the key. So let's see. Shadow something. No keys. keys. And no keys. Not sure. So we have no keys here, probably. Because I see dots. Blue dots means enchanted things, and red dots means people or creatures, I think. But I see no yellow dots. That should be used for the keys. So we need to open that thing, but
yes,
opens only with the proper key. So yeah. Or maybe I already. Oh, it could be that I already found it in previous playing, in the previous quest, and I just need to check my hearing. So let's try Aldira. Wow, I love these search filters. Oh, I have several of them. Let's use them. Oh, not the right one. Okay, I will get all of them just to be sure. That's a handy thing we can use. Retrieve all. No, not the right key. Oh, and I'm also using a new mod which is trying to balance things, and what I did is add a script which is changing the weight of keys. So the max weight is 0.2 because I had some keys, very heavy keys, so it did not work well because I had a lot of weight coming from the keys. It is still a lot of weight, but
I see
less.
this land suits you. We welcome you freely, Outlander.
I don't know, maybe he's having the... How can we pocket from here? I'm not sure I can do pickpocket with the telekinesis, but let's try it. try this. Where could the key is? I don't know, I'm really sort of in doubt here because we have a nice spell which should detect the key, but we cannot. This way. I don't think we are going to the right place. Let's try this way. No keys here. But we should be able. They are just beds. Go back this way. And no keys. These are for slaves. So I doubt there's a key here. Keyzina. All die. Fans all die. So I don't know if our quest is actually related to that chest, or if there is some conflict.
You can call the gods.
But these are all from the Caldera mod, or where you shut the mine, so...
A warm welcome to you.
I'm a little... not sure about what to do. Oh, yeah, let me see mesh here. We cannot really enter here anymore because just destroyed it. Okay, so I will get back to that chest and see if I'm able to understand if it is the right place where to look. Let's see this thing, but no Nothing here. Well, sword. No guards. A chair that could be moved a little. And just
Knight of the Imperial Dragon. How may I
okay,
serve?
so I will cheat and open this chest and see if we can get information about it. Oh, so this is not related to the mod we are trying. We are trying to get a quest because the chest is from Morrowind Crafting, so probably. Or it could be some kind of conflict if Morrowind Crafting is replacing some standard chest. Because the other mods could be trying to use ebony from that chest that is no more here, and so there could be some kind of conflict. But I'm curious, I want to open it anyway just to be sure, so let's see if we can actually open it by usual way. So there are a couple variables. I don't know how this thing works. Let's see. Oh. Okay, so I think I could try and use some standard ebony and see what happens, because probably there's some kind of conflict with that quest. Where to find this ebony? So maybe I could just teleport there.
I don't know if I like this.
I'm near Valmora here.
Your bidding, knight?
What's happening? Okay, so it seems something is blocking. Let's wait a little, but I think I'm looping. Anyway, the plan would be to get some ebony and go back and use that. So all in all, I think I must reload because I'm sort of blocked here. And I'm not sure about this mod I was trying to test because it's hard to understand if a quest is coming from the mod or from another quest just inflicting or already done or things like this. And these are pros and cons of using new NPCs quests easily, that you can easily understand what is the mod they come from. But I think this last quest about the ebony should work also with standard ebony, so this is a good thing because we are not blocked, hopefully. I'm a little worried about that. Not really a crash, but just sort of a freeze at the fault. It was something similar to the problem that I had in Ebonat, which I solved luckily, fixing that Cirolus Sacus script. But you know, I always find new problems while testing because I often break things or I find conflicts between mods. But all in all, I have not yet had to restart this long game. In a way or another, always found a way to fix things. And while adding new mods and merging and changing things continuously, so that's not bad for such an old game. So we will try last easy thing. Go back to Imusa in Caldera, or maybe go back. No, first we go back to the Sewing Tower, looking for ebony, and then we go back to Caldera. So we sort of cheat using our accumulated loot, but there are pros and cons
I see this land
about using standard quest items like ingredients or so. Because if you don't use standard, you sort of tell the player, hey, you have to do our quest like we decide to do it. But the con is that if the mod is conflicting in some way, you cannot really go on with the quest. While using standard ingredients, you can find them in a different way and go with the quest in a different manner. And so, well, let's go to the Serene Tower and look for Ebony. I think you should have some Ebony here because she has collected a lot of things during all these game days. Oh yes. So we need how many? Can't remember. Let's put here now. Oh, 4 pieces of ebony. Right. And it's already a little bit. I want to check if Necessities of Morrowind is working as expected. I don't remember how is it told. I must look for it because there's a spatial global variable that you can set to stop temporarily Necessities of Morrowind, and I'm not sure if I used it and forget to reset it. Oh, it's called non-active HTS. That should be one. Let's see. Oh, you see, it is 0. No wonder why it was not increasing. So set non-active HTS to 1. And now it should work again. Anyway, this way. So now we must hope the ebony needed is the standard one, as the quest is probably
This is truly an honor.
something that is requiring that spatial ebony, and I don't know really where to look for it. Oops. Let's see.
Knight of the Imperial Dragon, how may I serve you?
I fear we need the spatial ebony. I have 4 pieces of raw ebony, standard raw ebony. And no, it is not working. And so Ah, we are sort of blocked here. Because I don't think she's a special member of a special mod. She just has this quest. So what I can do is look for his journal entry in my mods and try and understand from what mod this is coming. But we must deliver that to Big Eland at Cedric Mora. That's the reason. Okay, so let's go to Cedric Mora. Always read the journal. Don't be lazy. Don't trust your memory. Read the journal. Okay.
This is truly an honor.
Warm greetings, Outlander. Care to peruse my specs?
Hello, Emilia. Your Archmagister needs traveling to Cedric Mora. Oh, I have a feeling it's raining out there. This is thanks to one mod by Hamchan adding interior weather sound. Right. Oh, we up here. Yeah. And we have the usual problem. Let's see. So let's try and use these I don't remember how they are called. Practice targets and bound bow. And I have my bound bow enchanted with soul trap arrows. And this is actually nice. Because you can see the target very well. So these are superstar
Your bidding, knight?
practice targets. Well, I will not shoot that because the guard is too near, but you get the idea. You can practice your practice. And this is how and why I love necessities of Morrowind, because there are some nice effects. See? and we must not with big land here.
Can we do business? My tools are of the highest quality.
I have some ebony smuggling for you. Yes, thank you for participating in the Caldera project by smuggling this ebony out from the mine. Our client at Talvani should pay well for that. Here, thank you, chef, fellow thief. So, we did the quest.
Big Helen thanked me for delivering the 4 pieces of raw ebony to her. Maybe either her, or El Musa Damurai back at Caldera would have some additional jobs for me.
So I think I will stop here for now, and we did the quest, maybe cheating a little using some different ebony, but maybe if I understand if this is the right mod or on what mod is the quest coming, I can understand where the proper ebony was meant to be, but for now I will stop here. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Do I care?